Hey everybody, it's Horticulture Chris. I wanted to do this cute idea because it's Valentine's Day today. So what I wanted to do was some cute flowers, which of course, Gerber daisies every time. But I wanted to use a really pretty flower frog, vintage, truly vintage, that I have had for many, many years, and it was probably passed on to lots of other people, but it's in my hands now. I have this beautiful amethyst glass dish, really simple, really plain, but a few little interesting angles to it, so I liked that. So let's do a little arrangement. Look at these. So pretty. Got this whole sleeve of them. Now, I will be completely honest. When I got these yesterday, there was an issue and they were not in water for a very long time, and a lot of them were super wilted. I mean, they looked like Morticia Addams had gotten a hold of them. But what I did was cut them all evenly, kept them bound, kept them in their sleeve and their tray, and just put them back in some nice warm water, let them sit overnight. And it really helped, I would say about 80% of them, maybe 90. So a lot of Gerber daisies come from a lot of different countries. These are from Mexico. Some of them come from Holland. Some of them come from Canada. I'm just clipping off this tape, which keeps them a little bit more stable. And this is the funny thing about Gerber daisies. They're done in these trays, and they're individually layered in these trays, which is kind of a pain in the butt, honestly, because now I have to take them out of the tray individually. But the good thing about that is that it's like a safeguard for the stems not to get damaged. Rabble roused, as I like to say. So I'm just gonna take these out of the tray and put them in. Look how pretty they are. I love this variety. I can't remember the name, but I love it. Put a few of these in here. This one's probably no good. I'm gonna probably get rid of this one because it's a little crinkly and it also has brown spots on it. So once I have my flowers processed, not too complicated, they're just in water, and I did put a little bit of flower food in the water. I'll move it back here. I'm gonna take my little flower frog. I mean, these are so old-fashioned, but they are so perfect for this kind of work. I did choose this mauve-y pink one because they went so well with the gerbs. So I'm gonna put this in my tray. I'm not going to do the fancy clay and all this stuff that keeps it stable. I'm not gonna bother. Pour some water up to the edge, the outer edge rim, because once the flowers go down into those holes, they're gonna be watered fine. I just have to keep maintaining that water supply. Now, I will say this. I have been known to be a Gerber daisy wiring person. So what you normally would do is take your wire here, 18 gauge wire, nice heavy, but not too thick, so it's very bendable. Poke it into the back of this flower here. Actually, I'll do it with the bad one so you can see and that I'm not ruining anything good. Poke it into the back of the flower right here. Boop, like that. I got a kitty on my table, hold on. Come on, not today. There he is, my little baby boy. All right, so take this, poke it into the back so the stem, it's equal. Line it up, turn the flower, and then as you turn the flower, stay down please. As you turn the flower, it goes along the stem without bending the stem. Then at the end, I bend this up and then cut so that I should be using wire cutters, but I'm being lazy right now. So I have this little hoop here. And what happens is that stabilizes this from sliding down and out of the flower. But now I have the stability of this flower. This cat, he's so funny. Now it's stable and it's gonna be fine. Okay, this guy has to go. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna start high. So let's see what we got here. This one's really pretty. They're all really similar, so I'm just gonna stick with this guy. He's pretty tall. Okay, so in the middle, now it doesn't really quite matter what I do at this point, except sometimes the holes in the flower frog are too wide for the stem. We get a little bit of floppy action going on. So I can clip if I want to, and I normally am a avid stem cutter with a knife, but today I'm using a clipper because I feel like it. And this is for me, it's not for commercial use. Okay, now I want this one slightly lower, and he's gonna go right kind of next to him. And of course these are gonna weeble, wobble, they're not gonna fall down, but they are gonna shift slightly, and we can play with that later. And this one's fine. This one's quite thick stem, so he's gonna go down here. This one has some real problems on its face, so we may hold off on that guy. This one's okay. You can get these flower frogs like literally every single garage sale, but if you go to antique stores, they are going to be pricey. I mean, these things are not cheap. I mean, I would pay $20, $35 for some of these. So you have to be quite careful. Like, make sure you love what you're going to buy. I have a huge collection of them that I may show one time, but you don't have to be, you know, fastidious about finding just the perfect one. I mean, you're going to get flowers that are different every single time. So if you have a small collection of 10 or 12 of them, one of those is going to fit with the flower that you're choosing. So this one has a little problem going on right here. So I'm actually going to just take that petal out. And there's enough petals on this to cover my missing ones. But I'm going to do this one quite low. Another one has some damaged petals, so we're going to just pull those off. And just pull straight out, just like that, and they will come right out perfectly. You don't have to be all worried and get a tweezer out or anything like that. Just pull, and they'll release them. I want this lower. Even lower. See? The other thing about Gerber daisies, they are so round, and especially these dark centered ones, if you put them next to each other, they just look like headlights, you know, staring at you. I mean, it's like, do we really want to do flowers like this? No. Be aware of that and try to be, you know, kind of following the natural guide. Okay, so I have them in. They're fine. I'm going to switch a couple of them until I like what I see. All right, that's pretty cool. What I'm going to do now is take little bits of the stem, and I'm going to just cut little halfway up the stem, like you're cutting a celery stalk. Okay, cut that. I end up with two little slices. Okay, I'm going to put those in the side where the flower goes in to kind of wedge it in there. And that's just going to stabilize my flower so that if I have to move my arrangement, or if I feel like it's kind of off, or like one is leaning too far one way, I can wedge it, and then I won't have to worry about that later. It's going to do what I want. And it just takes a few of them because I'm not going to fill every single one. But just cut these little bits, like literally cut like a cigarette butt size. It's a gross reference, I'm sorry. Like this, and then that in half along the stem. And that will give you that perfect little wedge to put in there. Without being too, like, it's not going to show in the arrangement. That's what my real goal is, to make sure that it's the natural part of the flower. So as you tuck it down in, it just kind of blends with the other flower stem. So you're in good shape. And a couple more. And this one. He's okay. I think I'm going to do this one though. All right, this one is too tall, so I'm going to cut another inch or two off of him. Oh, I like that a lot better already. Okay, now my flowers are more stable. I don't have to worry about them wiggling and wobbling too much. I like it. Okay, so here we have like, and again, following the rules of nature is nothing is ever perfect, nothing is ever symmetrical really, and nothing is ever just so. The imperfection is what you're going for because that's what nature would do. So we have a little tilt, slight. We can always turn this if we want to in the bowl once they're placed, which is kind of interesting because if you look at it this way, this is where I'm going with this angle, is I'm putting the container here, and then the bowl, the flower frog, instead of being in the very center, I'm turning it and moving it over, so it's not centered in the bowl. And what I have for that, little cute Pilea stems, which is the friendship plant. I have a big friendship plant over here that I just clip off of. And again, you can use this like this. Kind of gives that like Japanese garden, lotus flower, lotus foliage feel, which is so great. I love those flowers and plants. I'm going to tuck these into the same hole, and that way I get this kind of Asian inspired, which I love when I design. And that's it. I mean, that's what I love about these designs, is keeping it so simple that you literally have no problems just making whatever you like, whatever comes to mind, whatever you're feeling, you know. So cute. Clean, simple, showcases every single flower, which we love. And just the interesting part of like a little foliage showcasing right here. Oops, sorry. Right there. All right, that's it. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed that one. We'll see you next time. Happy Valentine's Day. It's Horticulture Chris.